Good. Hello. I'm happy to welcome you to our new AI news, top trends, and all the opinions from us out here. Happy to see you here, and looking forward to our new session. Hello, Katja. Hello, Eugene.
Hello,
Hi,
hello,
Michael.
guys.
Hi.
Yes. If you have any question meanwhile, or want to add some value to our discussion, feel free to use our chat. We will dive in some topics today, looking at some AI systems, and also, looking at the market at the moment. I want to start today with some news in the section AI generated portraits, videos, text-to-speech videos. And there's one I will share. There are two new systems, vendors, models, and I want to share them with you. So we will start with Hedra, this one here. It is, you can open the site. So you can upload a video, an image, and generate a speaking portrait of that. That's nothing new at that point. So we have seen much researches from Microsoft, from OpenAI, from Don't Call It. So, but this one is available, and you can try it for free. So I have prepared some. I've generated an image that's not me. It's an image generated with Stability AI. Put some text into it. You can then choose a voice, or you can also import your audio if you like to be a superwoman and speaking like you. And after that, you just generate the video. The results are...
What the hell is going on here? My mission is to find out the best AI news for you. Woohoo.
Whoa, that's a really emotional scream, but it has a good quality, so you can see the eyes flickering a little bit, and the mouth is not 100%, but yeah, for just putting in some text and putting in an image and getting out a result, it's good, it's fast, and you can optimize that part. Sadly, they still don't have an API, so we can't integrate them, but we are researching for some solutions doing that in apps directly to speed up your processes. But yeah, that's the one I want to show, and the other one is a similar process. Here you can upload a source image and a video, and the source image will then be animated like the video. So if that's the video, you upload that source image, and you can see here how it does at that point. There's also a okay, let's try that. Also a live app here where you can try it. So here you see the same image I used before. I have used a video from the examples here because I don't want to capture one from me. And after that, you have as a result the output from the portrait you have uploaded, and you see it's also pretty nice here. From the quality, you don't have sound here, but you can also, I think, upload video with sound. I'm not sure about that, but you can see it does. Let me just open that. It does a good transformation from that one what you are doing here to the image. And this model is also open sourced, so you can find the complete code of that model on GitHub. So yeah, the integration in Prompt will also be there in the future. And yeah, it's interesting to see how good the quality can be also in open source projects and not on all that closed things. Yeah, and the question at the end is, what would you do with such possibility at that point? Katja, Eugene, any idea?
Well, I already see an army of AI influencers coming for this. Like, this just takes AI influencer to the next level, obviously.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess so. Question that remains for me always is, as long as that looks very AI generated, which it still does, if people don't actually seek authenticity over this, that's always what comes up for me. But we've seen amazing tools like the one that we've discussed last time, HeyGen, and if they become as good as that, then maybe that's exactly what Eugene says.
Yeah. I think the difference with HeyGen is that this gives more creativity in terms of input. Like, you are not limited to those templates that HeyGen, for example, has. What's the length limit with these? How many seconds?
I'm not sure about that. All that face swapping things don't have a particular limit. I think it's the limit is when if you generate text to video or something like that. But that here is just an animation of the face or something. And yes, Katja, I'm with you. It looks still AI generated, but it's perhaps also if I've chosen an image as base image, which is AI generated, you can also, and that's just, I've done that because I don't want to use a real looking image, but I think if that is better, I'm not sure if you can later differentiate between that for such a model. So if you're uploading your image and then use an image of Barack Obama and use your gestic and mimic and say something about that, I could imagine that, yeah, if you look into deep and in details, it could work. But yeah, it could also fool much people out of there. And yeah, fake news, etc. It's a topic here, and yeah, there's still a risk in all the techniques, but yeah, you can see it's an open source model and you can't prevent by regulating it or something. The technology is there and we need to find a way to go with it.
Yeah, if many people use this, it's hard to control, like the policies, and then the more people use this, the harder it will get to just put regulations to this.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, there's progress in that section. One other section where progress is AI assistants out of there. So there's no new audio assistants, I would call it. So we have seen some great things from OpenAI in the past in some demos. I didn't have seen that in live at the moment, but it's not so far away. But with this one here, it's also released before some days. You can also use your email address and directly talk to this. Hopefully you can hear that. Katja, Eugene?
No, we can't hear it. We can read
no,
the response.
Okay, so I think it's just the setting. Let's double try. Hello. Hello? Hello? Who are you? Oh, no, he doesn't get any output from me. Okay, I understood. Okay, then we can't show that. Test. No. Okay, so I can't show that because of the great settings in my browser. So it needs the input, but I don't have the input if I have the output somewhere else.
Okay, I'll see you later.
Oh,
yes.
There you go.
Now we can hear him.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can hear it now, but it can't hear me now. So yeah, it's a live session. So but you can try it, moshi.chat. So it seems to the words you are saying in a good way, and it answers, but it has not as strong as ChatGPT language model behind that. So the answers sometimes are a little bit strange and not fitting, but it is also an outlook to how such things work in the future and how you can talk to your computer or your personal assistants directly. Yeah, try it out. It's a great thing to take a look in the future. Good.
It's like the Iron Man movie, right? Like, what's the AI assistant of Tony Stark? Like Jasper, I think, something like that.
Yes, right. So it could boost the productivity if they get it some more reflective and some more dynamic, because at the moment it just talks what it gets and it hasn't the understanding of some conversations, and it's more frustrating to talk to it instead of it helps. But yeah, I think it's a good preview what could be there in the future.
Definitely.
Okay, so the next Perplexity. It shocked me because I thought it was just joining the competition amongst AI systems, but it's more, it tried to solve search engines actually. And it literally says that it's, well, I mean, many blogs say that Perplexity is an AI powered search engine more than, but then when it comes to do that, first of all, it's not the only AI system to be doing that. Now even 4o can do that. And the search engine, we're not sure. Like, for example, it's really great. For example, even if you say, what was the last night's Euro 2024 football match result, it will just tell you right away.
But when it comes to Google search results, I don't think it does a good job. And one of the cons actually is exactly the fact that it lacks a vast amount of indexed data. Like search engines like Google have been around for years and handle large amounts of indexed and updated information. So Perplexity actually cannot provide a comprehensive search result like Google. In this case, I would recommend to, if possible, to use both to see what gives you the best result between 4.0 and this, but even Google Gemini, I would say at this point. If I specifically, personally, I want Google search results, I would just use PropMate's Google SERPs data extender, because that would give me very precise data and do a better job for whatever I'm trying to do. Still, it's a good one. It's definitely better than Google like years ago. So yeah. Have you guys tried it already?
Yeah, I've worked a little bit with Perplexity. Also, we have integrated it into our solution. I like it. It's just another system which gathers data in some sort of real time out of the web. But yeah, it's like also the ChatGPT is also doing that. We can take a look on both at the moment. What I dislike on all that systems is that you don't have any control what it does with the content, how is it prepared, how is it read, what is used. For such use cases like this question, it is good, so it could work. But if you go,
but look, very interesting. Look, it's given it's not a very updated, because now Germany and Portugal are out, right?
I like that result. It's clear. So Germany will come back, and the match against Spain will repeat it. And yeah, so Germany wins with a probability of 12%. Yes, that would perhaps happen if Perplexity could choose. Yeah, I'm also not impressed of that answer. I would also have expected. I just typed in. I would expect that only Spain is in there, and ChatGPT does a better job here.
Even ChatGPT went wrong.
But that is also not possible anymore.
Yeah. So it's not super up to date. That's very interesting, actually.
Yeah. So, but also that's what I mean. So they don't search for the content around the EM who has won it the last time, and they just use the query in that and do some query like do a prediction of who will win the EM, and in all that articles around that in the predictions there's Germany and France and etc. is in there, but they don't come on they don't have the idea to just see the actual table and compare it. So it's just still a stupid content retrieval, and you don't know what it's searched and what so you can see the 6 sides which is in there, but you can have influence on that. And it's the same here. You see the sources, and that all the prediction pages which don't get updated while the games are running. So yes,
it just goes and searches for you, but you have no control over that.
Yeah. So there's also a new Pro version. I think. Oh, I can do it. Let's try it with the Pro version again. So it does a deeper under research and understanding, and it should be better. But at the end, it is perhaps a little bit more research, etc. But it won't work for such. No, you see there are 12 resources now instead of 4. They just open more pages and get more wrong information. It gives you
not necessarily wrong, but it seems like outdated.
Yes. Sorry, but in that case, if I ask it today, it's outdated or wrong. You can see if I have asked, please summarize all the pages who talk about predictions who can win the EM, then the result is correct for my question. And if it is seen as search engine, yeah, perhaps it's
What
wrong. But let's see what does the big.
what happens if you what happens if you ask the question slightly differently and you say who still stands a chance of winning the EM based on the results up to July 10, something like that?
So let's do that. I do that in the Pro. Who still has the chance to win the EM? So find the current odds. Let's see. Spain, England, France, Germany. So it looks better. It does some sort of pro research here, but yeah, still the same. So and Google, yeah, they you get the information, still you don't get the result, and it's not an answer engine at that point. And you still, let's see, need to open a website and see what is on there. And you see also you get the same answer on Google with one click more if you like that. But yeah, if you think about what Google knows, and that's what Eugene mean. They have much knowledge about the internet and they have much more resources. And in that top card here, they summarize it, and there are all information you need to answer that question. And I have no Germany activated here, etc. But yeah, it could be that if Google has its integration also here in German, it's German search, there could be much better results.
Yeah, what I learned from this is that Google basically it's not using Google. I think it doesn't even use Google. Like for example, I asked 4o what search engine it's using. It says that it also uses Google, but Perplexity doesn't accept that.
I can't imagine that ChatGPT gets access to Google because they are the big. Okay, yeah, Google related query. Yeah. Who is on place 1 in German Google for?
Just check your spelling of one.
Sorry?
The spelling of one, it says on.
Yeah, thanks. Let's do Superwoman here.
Okay.
Wow. Okay, that
did it disappear?
It did. It's coming back.
I couldn't imagine that Google gets ChatGPT access to its search results. Perhaps there's some plugin or custom GPT who leverage some sub APIs or something like that. I think the data behind it will be Bing. We know it from the past, and it makes sense at that point. And yeah, that was not a concrete question. I also can remove the germ. Perhaps that's some place on Google for Superwoman. Let's see if that's Superwoman site. And you have seen the query is some query you would execute on Google on Bing. So Bing site google.com, and then but it's not the search result which getting you this doesn't make sense. Yeah, it's some other points, but yeah, it uses the web as long as it can, and it's not blocked, and there's more and more blocking blocking things. I have
So,
read
so,
on
so PromptMate still wins #1 because PromptMate has the sorry
also
for
bot
saying this
discrimination, yeah.
for being biased, right? But we have a data extender that allows to do this.
Right. So, and I've read that Cloudflare, a big provider who's used by much sites, now has the ability just to click there if you want to block AI systems out of there. So yeah, that's a trend we will see more and more, that nobody wants their content into AI systems. Okay. So let's talk 2 minutes about the new Claude 3.5.
The new Claude 3.5. As we were just talking about Perplexity, I don't know if the problem we just encountered with Perplexity is a matter of reasoning, but I was just reading through an article about how Claude 3.5 is also beating ChatGPT 4.0, and it beats clearly mainly in two things: in coding and reasoning. So, for example, even when it comes to the reasoning thing, it's graduate level reasoning, which is really fantastic and solves a lot of visual math reasoning, like 67.7%, science diagrams 94.7%, while ChatGPT is 63 and 94% on these two aspects. And then it also, when it comes to chart Q&A, it goes to 90%, almost 91%. And ChatGPT 4.0, it's at 85.7%. And then it's mainly winning everywhere, except I think for what I see, visual question answering, which is less than 1% inferior to ChatGPT 4.0. Like this is really fantastic, especially I guess for programmers and coders, etc. And of course, people who love a lot, who work a lot with mathematics, etc. So yeah, keeps on beating GPT on every model that's coming.
Yes, that's the middle model, I think. Sonnet is not the biggest of them. They have 3, and I think Opus is the biggest, but they don't have released Opus till now, so they have enhanced the middle model to beat GPT-4. And yes, the answer is still not an answer, but it's more correct like the other both answers. So also if they have some data. I just thought about that one, and I've seen Eugene, you asked about that, some news shit before.
All right.
So just to open it in a short way. Coded artifacts, so you can sort of interpreter, I would say. They write code and execute the code directly here, so you can see the code. In that example, they are just building some images here, and in the next step, they want to do a scrolling game out of that in HTML5. And yeah, you see it's done in that frame, and at the end there is some sort of game scrolling part, and they make it workable at the end. And that is something you can see also in some sort of in GPT. All these large language model providers try to provide a front end to the capabilities of the language models, and trying to bind the users to stay with them, not only about the model, but because the model at the end is out is replaceable. So next time another one has the biggest and best model and the accuratest. But if you're familiar with a front end like Google, or a front like Amazon, or a front end like ChatGPT, or in that case Claude, you're addicted to that front end, and not even more to the backlying large language model. I think that's also something we will see more in the future here.
Very interesting stuff.
I think if I can just add one thing, in the comparison that we've just looked at in the table, and obviously in the competition as to which language model is the best, I think it always applies to certain use cases. And I think it cannot be stressed enough that whatever use case is, it's still good to try out a couple and find out what's really working the best for you, what's most aligned with the wording you're looking for, or maybe if it's straightforward and you have a math problem and you see this result, then straight go to Claude 3.5. But I think it's still good to try.
Yeah, that's right. So they are mostly working on the same corpus, on the same training data at the end, but yeah, they have different targets and different sorts of training there. And yeah, so every model has its uniqueness, how it works, and on some use cases. Yeah, that's right. Okay, last topic for today.
Last topic, and I'll sum it up real quick because we're almost out of time. Apple has reported that, or last month they released that they are partnering up with OpenAI, basically including ChatGPT as part of their new iOS systems, namely iOS 18, iPad 18, and macOS Sequoia. So they will basically be using ChatGPT or integrating ChatGPT into Siri and into all sorts of other applications. The idea is here that or basically what they're saying is they don't want users to have to jump between systems. They want them to, be able to use it right within one application or within one device without having to swap between tabs. But obviously what we're seeing here is quite a sort of like a race, not just for obviously between the AI systems and between the large language models, is who is getting better at which rate and who's the best right now. But we're seeing here securing access to a large user base. So that's really where it's at. Because one of the big points of this partnership is also that it's happening without any monetary exchange, which means Apple is not paying for OpenAI to become an integrated partner. And rather OpenAI is leveraging here that they're getting access to Apple's user base.
Yeah, it's a little bit similar, like all that browser and search engine stuff in the past, or the apps. If you get a new iPhone, what apps are new Android? What apps are pre-installed? At that point, there's money in between, but here it's just like Google is the default browser in Chrome, not any longer. So some sort of, and we will see some regularity in, say, 20 years for such topics also. But yeah, it's a war in getting to the user and getting the user base addicted to one brand. I'm not sure if ChatGPT is a great brand for. It's not such like Google. Google is you Google it and you it's a brand you can't reimagine today. I'm not sure if Perplexity, if ChatGPT is some sort of great brand name. In my opinion, I'm not sure. It's some sort of technical, not. But we will see how the brand will be in the minds of the people in some years here.
I totally agree.
Great. So 30 minutes are much too short for all the topics out of there, but we want to stress time is money, so we want to stress your money too much. I'm very happy to see you all here today, and looking forward to our next AI news session. Thank you very much, Katja, Eugene. It was a pleasure.
Thank you,
today.
Michael. Thank you, guys.
Absolute pleasure.
And yeah, we see you in the next
episode.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.